Thank you very much. And Africans in the hall, good evening. Good evening. Africa we. Africa we. We say that in Kenya. I have to start by saying that I am really impressed, but even before that, because I see we have the entire Africa is here. My name is Ndindi, Nyoro. Those who are from Kenya, maybe they are, I'm sure they are familiar with the name. I am a member of parliament in Kenya, serving my second term. Kenya in politics, in the political terms is 5 years each. So I was elected first in 2017, and now I'm serving my second term. And I am very, very glad to be here. The reason I'm around this place you call home, or this place that is our home now, is because I am taking a short course, an executive program at HKS, Harvard Kennedy School. On economic development. There are actually 3 programs. I've done already with 1, and I'll be doing 2 more. And the reason why I am emphasizing that is because this hall is full because of education. And as African leaders of today and tomorrow, you who are seated here, I am mentioning about education because I have seen it firsthand that all of us as leaders, including you, is that we need to keep on polishing ourselves so that the decisions we make on behalf of the people are much more efficient. I have served in Kenya in various positions, including chairing the budget committee in parliament, and therefore interacted with many government officials and bureaucrats. And what I realized around that time is that all of us, because we've come here to go back home and serve, everything you do to sharpen your decision making, to make your decisions more efficient, that is what progresses our countries and our economies. The second thing I want, because I'll be very brief, today is not a day of speeches, it's a day of culture. The other thing that I want to highlight, which is very profound, today I had lunch with 2 friends of mine from South Korea, who are diplomats, but also they are taking programs here at Harvard. And one thing came up very, very profoundly. We were discussing about Kenya, about Africa, about South Korea. Many countries represented here, including my country, Kenya. We gained our independence just around the same time with South Korea. But as I start before you, I was telling those 2 South Korean friends today that by that time we were gaining independence. In the 1960s, South Korea gained slightly earlier, but the real economic independence started from 1960 in South Korea. Most of our countries here, Ghana, Kenya, many we gained our independence around 1960s. But by the time we were gaining independence, our GDP per capita, Kenya especially, Tanzania, and South Korea, and also a Chinese, we were at par, at the same GDP per capita. But currently, as I was meeting them for lunch, they are 20 times more GDP per capita than myself. That we would arrange a table here of 20 people, and 1 South Korean will be on the table on their own, representing the other 20. But what is the difference? What's the stark difference as we were discussing? And I'm sure those of you who are taking economics have seen the same. And I'm talking out of experience also. One thing, South Korea never discovered oil. South Korea never discovered rare earth. South Korea never discovered gold. But South Korea discovered one very far-reaching ingredient of taking a country forward, which is selfless leadership. And I'm here calling upon all of you here in our various countries. Our country countries are yearning for leadership that is selfless, and leadership that is efficient, and leadership that is thoughtful, but also a leadership that is informed by what we are doing here in our education. So I'm challenging all of us. Africa is a great continent. We can make it an enviable continent in terms of economic progress, in terms of productivity per worker and resident, and education will play a great role. What General Park did in South Korea from 1960, self-led leadership, precise direct policies, transformed the country. South Korea was able to increase their exports from 1960 to 1979. Their exports grew by 364 times. Deliberate policies to help the people. And I am sure those of you in Harvard, MIT, Tufts, Yale, you've come here to gain knowledge, to make networks, to deepen our experiences, so that we go back home and build our countries to be better countries. I hope I'm right. I hope I'm not speaking to myself. You're creating the money. You're creating the money where the money can be gotten. We also think about our countries. As I go to the finish, even as we do all that, I mean that was more of public policy. Let me finish with ourselves as individuals. I have interacted with some of you here and I'm so impressed. The kind of courses you guys are taking are mind-boggling in terms of the depth and the kind of IQ you need to do those courses in these kind of universities. And therefore, I'm challenging you that as you started here, you never went to Botswana, to Ethiopia, school there in Kenya, in Somalia, in so many other, in Burundi, to come study here in an Ivy school, and then your ambition is to look for a job. That can only be in the intervening period. Every person in this world is not destined to looking for a job. You are people to build companies. Can you just imagine? Zuckerberg was in this university, Barack Obama was here, and you are here from South Sudan. And you are here from Kenya, and you are here from Ethiopia, and your ultimate ambition is to get a job. Please get a better life. If we needed you to only look for a job, you never had to come to us and to Harvard. If we needed you to only study, go back to Kenya, work in a bank, work in an IT company, work in PwC and Deloitte. My friend, we never needed you to come all the way to Harvard University to Tufts. So all of us here, we must build companies. And because the world is a global village, whether we are building those companies from Silicon Valley, whether we are looking for funding from Wall Street, whether we are doing that in our local economies and countries, we just have to do it. These are the best places of Africa. You can't afford to do something different. Very lastly, as you study, as you build companies, please, in your age, start thinking about investments. And I tell my Kenyan colleagues who are here, because some are my friends, and I want to around Kiloi, and the vice chair, and all my friends who are here, please start thinking about investment in your first year. Even me, I wasn't very lucky to come to an Ivy school at my time, but in our Kenyan universities, I started interacting with the stock market in my first year. Part of the reason you are here in Harvard is to make efficient decisions and tasks and MIT. And those decisions sometimes entails that money should work for you. That yes, as you work actively, you also do the right analysis for the money to work for you passively. So that whatever money you are making actively through your brain and your hearts, some other people can still work for your money to multiply further. And that's why in the Forbes list, and you should know Forbes more than me, you live here, man. In the Forbes list, the number one is Elon Musk, going to founder of Facebook, Jeff Bezos, the Meta, Alphabet, all those guys, even if they are founders, in many respects, they are also investors. They are all billionaires out of their companies being listed, either in NYSE, NASDAQ, or the others. It's because value is created in the markets. Start interacting with what stock markets is all about, funding of companies, investments, so that as you make the money you make actively, your money multiplies more passively out of the analysis you've done and the best decisions you've made. Otherwise, guys, I'm so grateful to have come here. I was invited to, we started chatting with some of you when they land come around. I want to tell you, I could not have had a better evening than today. I can't finish this short speech without applauding two people and two companies from Kenya who have really impressed me. One is Equity Bank from Kenya. The second is KCB Bank. I have seen people who went to public schools, who are now in Harvard, MIT, Tufts, Yale. That could only be possible through those kind of routes. And I will personally call James Mwangi to thank him, the CEO of Equity Bank. Because if there is something I'm living with in this world is happiness. That there is a child from Africa, from the village, not even towns, who is now in Harvard. And you guys, when you go back and become CEOs, you also have some debts to pay. That we bring many more Africans in these very consequential institutions so that we multiply and make our continent better. From South Africa, Cape Town, to Kenya, to Ethiopia, to Burundi, to Egypt, all of you, I love you, may God bless you.